Hey family, the Martins are back with good groceries. My sous chef is back. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. You're so handsome. So, today we are making a make-do meal. So I have to tell you guys what happened. I bought a pot roast, a chuck roast. I had a big old plan. I feel good, comfort, soul food, but kind of healthy. Wah, wah, wah. Plans flop. So I got my receipt. I scurried to the store to take the roast back, and the store was a madhouse. You know, because of the coronavirus. Rona got these people out here shook and scared and buying up everything. Repeat it with me. Everybody say everything. Everything. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I can't stand in these lines to go get another roast. And do I even trust that the rest of the roasts are going to be safe? So I said, okay, I'm going to have to make do with what I have at home. So got my money back, got in the car, came home, and I looked in the pantry, I looked in the freezer, and I thought, what could I make? It has to be quick. So I'm going to make a casserole. This casserole, it's near and dear to me personally. I've only made it a few times for my family, but this casserole, so my stepmom, my Mama Joan, she used to make this casserole primarily on Thanksgiving. She would make it Thanksgiving morning so that us kids would have something to eat while she was making Thanksgiving dinner. So she didn't want us nibbling. So she would make broccoli, chicken, and rice and casserole. And she taught me how to make it. So I'm going to make it for you. It's a make-do meal because I had to make do with stuff out of my pantry. And here we go. You ready? I got my chef here. You ready? So we have an onion here. This is a rather large onion. I don't need this whole onion. So I'm gonna place it down on where, you know, it's kind of sturdy. I'm gonna go down the center, discard the other part. I don't need it. I don't need it. Let's peel it. Like all them crunchy layers. All right, let's be a clean cook. Let's be a clean cook, clean cook. All right, so we just need some slices just to go, and this is just gonna add flavor. I'm not a professional chef, so I don't have excellent knife skills, but I can cut this onion up pretty good. Turn it over, boom, boom, boom. All right. And so I'm just gonna saute this up a little bit. So we have our casserole pan here. It's a 9 by 13 by 2 glass casserole pan. And my little sous chef here, my son Dorian, is going to butter it. All right, it's assembly time. We've sauteed our broccoli. We have our sauteed caramelized onions. We have shredded chicken. So let me tell you about this chicken, folks. Like I said, my roast was a no-go, so I had to figure out something quick. But my chicken breasts were all frozen, and I didn't have time to wait for them to thaw. So I put them in my Instapot, frozen, for 5 minutes on high, and they were perfect. Cooked all the way through the middle, and they were done. And, you know, it takes probably about 5 minutes for the Instapot to heat up, then another 5 minutes to cook. And then maybe another 3 minutes for it to depressurize, and they were done. It was amazing. So I also have another tip for you. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can, now hold on to your socks. I learned this in home ec when I was in middle school. I learned that if you are in a pinch and you need to thaw meat quickly, you can thaw meat depending on how big your piece of meat is or how many chicken breasts you may have or wings or whatever. If you can pry it out of the packaging is a little easier nowadays. So you should be able to just loosen the package from the meat if you have it in one of those styrofoam trays. If it's in a bag, then it will be a little bit easier because it's loose. Put it in water. 3 parts sea salt or table salt to 1 part water. And in about 10 minutes, you will have perfectly thawed meat. The meat does not absorb the salt. I promise it does not absorb the salt. And it doesn't give it that like rubbery texture that sometimes a defrost on the microwave can give it. So that's my tip for today. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with assembly. It's really easy. It's just 3 layers: rice, chicken, broccoli. Well, we have onions and cheese. We have some additional flavorings, but that's basically it. So you ready, my friend? So what we're gonna do is I cooked some rice in my handy dandy rice cooker. You all know I love my rice cooker. It's a little sticky, but that's okay because it's cold. I'm just gonna put this in here and we're going to make an even layer of rice. You wanna do this part? No? Okay, so I'll do this part. And then you wanna do the other parts? Yeah, that might be a little bit. Hoping those people who got food in excess and all kind of supplies in excess would share. That's what my hope is. So we have our rice here in a layer. Now this is where all this came out of my pantry. I didn't go to the store and buy any of this stuff. I already had this stuff on hand. So I'm just gonna plop. So listen friends, I know this may not look appetizing, but this is how my Mama Joan, may she rest in peace, made it. And this is how she showed me how to make it. It's so easy. So I have 3 cans of cream of mushroom. We're just gonna spread that on. If you don't like cream of mushroom, I've seen her she used cream of broccoli. She used cream of asparagus. She's used cream of chicken, whatever you want. Or if you wanna be fancy, you can absolutely make your own cream of whatever you want. With a little bit of bechamel sauce and some heavy cream, some seasonings, you can absolutely do this completely from scratch. So you only need 2 cans on this layer right here. And that's gonna help our rice be nice and creamy. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that with just a little bit of seasoning salt because I'm extra. I'm extra. My kids always say I make a song out of everything. All right, so let's get going. Put the onions on top of there. Just 1 layer of onions. Put the whole thing, yeah. There you go. And then just take your spoon, and we're gonna just kind of move those around a little bit, right? That good? Move that around. Ooh, those onions look good. Put these on a cheeseburger. Or some pizza. Yes, honey. All right. Next layer is chicken. Well, actually, we should add some cheese right now so we have something for our chicken to stick to. So we're gonna add some cheese. Want to add some cheese? Just a thin layer. Can I help you? You're such a good cook. All right. And you can use whatever cheese you want. Again, this is cheese I had on hand. This is actually a mixture of cheeses. I had a bag of cheddar, I had a bag of Colby Jack, and I had a bag of sharp cheddar. And I just kind of put them all together so that I would have enough because I didn't plan on making this casserole. But I'm so glad that I was raised by people who were from the school of make do. All right, so Let's get this out of our way and let's put our chicken down. And don't be shy, just put it down on here. And our hands are clean, completely washed. If you want to use gloves or tongs, by all means, help yourself. I'm gonna put all of this chicken on here. This is 4 frozen chicken breasts that I put in my Instapot with a little bit of chicken broth, let them cook, and then I season them with a little bit of salt and pepper because I believe you have to season every layer, okay? All right, so there that is. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit more cheese. A little bit more cheese. And you can layer this really how you want. You can even cook and heat the mushroom soup if you want to do it like that. You know, it's a casserole. You really can't go wrong with casserole unless it's bland and there's no seasoning. All right, so let's put the broccoli on. And what we want to do is we want to kind of press the broccoli into the casserole, right? And we want to just put them on here like that. This is how I was taught to do it. Just kind of press it on there and press it in there and make it become one with the casserole. Again, our broccoli is seasoned. Every layer is seasoned. Okay, so my mommy's gonna do this one. I have another can here, one more can. This is our 3rd can, and this is kind of be more a little haphazard. This doesn't have to be that perfect because in the oven it's gonna melt and ooze and get all creamy and unctuous. Again, if you wanna go ahead and just simmer this on the stove in a pot to make it pourable, you can absolutely do that, but it's not that deep. Listen, I'm trying to get dinner on the table because my plans were foiled. And we are making do from the school of make do. That's why it's important to have stuff in your pantry that you can do. I even have canned chicken in my pantry. So if I ever needed to make a dish and I didn't, want to thaw meat, or I was in a serious crunch, maybe I didn't have meat, maybe I couldn't get to the store, I keep canned salmon, canned mackerel, canned tuna, canned chicken in the pantry just in case. So I can always have something to feed my family at a moment's notice. I'm gonna go back through here and get some of these other cans that have a little bit something in there. Waste not, want not, my friends. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Then it's time for some more cheese. Got some cheese? I'm gonna put some cheese on there. Let's cover the cheese. Yes, honey. Yes. All right. This is so good. You're so good. And so I like a lot of pepper, so I'm gonna get a little sprinkle of pepper and just kind of season the top of it with pepper. It's nice and good and yummy. All right, so we are going to cover this with foil and get it into a 375-degree oven. And it should take about 20-25 minutes to heat all the way through. But again, it's based on your oven, it's based on your pan and how your pan conducts heat. It's all contingent upon what you got going on in your house. So in my house, this should get hot all the way through in about 25 to 30 minutes in a 375-degree oven. Cover it with foil because you don't want the cheese to get prematurely crunchy and cook before the rest of the casserole heats through. All right, so we'll see you back in 30 minutes. We're back. So it's been about a half an hour and our casserole, I just pulled it out of the oven, took the foil off. It's nice and gooey and sizzly. It's browned around the edges. Chicken, everything has cream of mushroom soup on it. It's so good. Broccoli is nice and tender. Look at that. Look at that, that's so tasty. Nice and soft rice. This is nice and comforting, and it's good and soothing. I'm gonna let my boy taste it. It's very hot. That's good. How you like that? That tastes good? That's really good. So simple recipe, friends. Nice and easy casserole from the School of Make Do. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Make this casserole. Look in your pantry. Just put a casserole together from the School of Make Do. Your babies will be home with you for a little while. You're gonna have to make some stretch meals, you know, because they will eat you out of house and home if you let them. No? Are you hungry? You're always hungry. I love you. Again, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.